Hi, Jenny. This is Jeff Page with Cruise Planners. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, Jeff.
Jenny, can you tell me a little about yourself and a little about what's Sandals and who you guys are as a company?
Of course. So, again, thank you so much for having me. I'm here representing Sandals Resorts and Beaches Resorts. We're just one company under the umbrella of Sandals Resorts International. And we are the world's only five-star luxury all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean. So we started in Jamaica, but you'll find us throughout 7 different islands in the Caribbean, English-speaking islands. So we're everywhere. We're really, we're owned by Caribbean owners, true Jamaicans. So we're very authentic when it comes to our products.
Awesome. So today we're going to talk specifically about one particular property. So if you want to go into a little details about Sandals Montego Bay, I know it's the original.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about it and where it's located and kind of how close to the airport it is and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so that's a great picture you have here. So this is the front of Sandals Montego Bay, and it's right, of course, right in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It's only,
Right there in the bottom with the
yeah,
swim.
beautiful. That's one of our most updated building here at Sandals Montego Bay. I love this resort here because it's great for, quick weekend getaway. It's easy in and out right in Montego Bay, Jamaica, about a few minutes away from the airport, probably 3 to 4 minutes. So it's a very easy ride. And of course, we have the luxury private transfers for the Club Elite and Butler Elite at this resort here. So I love this resort because not only is it the pioneer of the brand, this is the most updated resort we have now. So we started there and everyone loved it. It was bright and fun and Jamaican, but now it's a new time in the industry. So all the rooms have been updated, very modern, very classic, but it's very dear to our hearts because, that's where the brand started and we've become, a major super brand in the world.
Yeah, I think I saw it just before it went down for rehab the first time, and it still had that old pit in the lobby. And I was like,
Yeah.
I grew up in the hotel industry, and seeing that lobby, I was like, wow, this place is really dated, and what it's turned into is amazing. The
Oh my
property
gosh.
is just beautiful on every corner.
I love this. As soon as you walk into the lobby, you feel like you're on vacation already because you see the ocean, you hear the ocean, there's a lobby bar. It's very lively. I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. We we always struggle with sandals, and I'm sure you've never heard this question before, but tell me about the room categories. You had an easy way to explain them and keep them simple last time we chatted. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little more about the room categories?
Yes, so at our brands, we actually have 3 different room categories to accommodate everyone. So we start with the luxury. The luxuries are entry level. And of course, you have the luxury furnishing, we have the quality linens, you have an in-stocked bar inside of your room. So it's stocked with beer, wine, juices, water, which replenish every single day. And now once you go up a level, that's the club sandals level, right? So instead, if you're familiar with checking into a hotel, you have to go to the front desk and check in, get your key, and go to your room. But at the Club Sandals Lounge, you actually check in into the Club Sandals. You have your concierge ready to assist you with your stay. You can plan out the entire stay with them. You can make dinner reservations. They serve you a little champagne to get the vacation started right. And of course, that's when we start including your liquors inside of your room as well. At the Club Sandals, that's when you can choose your vodkas, your rum, your whiskey inside of your room. Now, once we go up a level, and it is my favorite, I highly recommend if you're looking into a Sandals vacation is to start at the Butler Elite. And we have a saying at Sandals where we say, once you go Butler, you never go back because it's truly, truly unmatchable. You have a butler, for you for the entire stay. And it's not only what they can do for you, it's the little surprises they have in store. So if they get to know you, if you like pizza, won't have to ask for it. Your butler will bring it to you. Or if you have a long day, touring the island and you come back to your room and you have a nice bath, drawn for you. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing. And you also check in inside of your room versus the front desk or the Club Sandals lounge, which is amazing. So this is a true VIP experience.
I think a lot of people wonder. I know when I try to sell butlers, they're like, "Well, what's a butler going to do for me? I don't need a butler. I don't need anybody to unpack my clothes." And so, how do you answer that question? What's a butler do for me?
We get that question quite often, or more often than you would expect, because everyone is used to doing things on their own, right? But the butlers, especially those of you celebrating your honeymoons, your anniversaries, you definitely want to step it up a little bit because that vacation is very special. So the butler really knows that, and they don't wait for you to ask for anything you need, but they're here to assist you with anything throughout your entire vacation. You would like to call a taxi, they can do that for you. They save the best seat at the restaurants for you, or if you wanted to, lounge by the beach, they can prepare the chairs for you, the cabanas, all of that. So you have the best seats, the best views, the best room right on resort when you book the Butler Elite level.
So if you wanted to do a private dinner for two, would they help with that as well?
They could accommodate that as well.
Awesome.
Or if you wanted to do it right on your balcony, they can set that up for you, and it could be a nice little surprise.
Awesome. So is there a hidden gem that's at this property that something people don't know about that you think is really special that we should share?
Yes. So a lot of people don't know that Sandals was the first resort to bring swimmer pool bars in the Caribbean, right? I know nowadays it's expected to have swimmer pool bars, but Sandals, right at Sandals Montego Bay, this is where we first introduced our swimmer pool bar. And we just updated it this year, which is funny because that's how we started and we kept it the same ever since day one. So it's still a nice gem that you'll find at Sandals Montego Bay, and it's a must see, of course. Although we've updated it, it still looks the same. It's just, cleaner, nicer, a little bit more modern.
Yeah, I was there just before they remodeled it. They were starting to put up construction walls when I was there last, so I haven't seen it finished, but the rest of the property was amazing. So as far as restaurants, I mean, I know you have a lot of restaurants there. I know I visited Soy and Butch's, and thought both of them were excellent. Sushi kind of around the world, but Butch's really had good food. They took great care of us.
Yes.
Service was great. What's your favorite restaurant on property?
My favorite restaurant has to be the Butch's Steak and Seafood. This is a great place to have dinner. If you're looking into your surf and turf, I highly recommend the Butch's Steak and Seafood. This is where you get your premium meats, the seafood, the lobsters, absolutely gorgeous. And let's talk about the design at Butch's. And you said you visited, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
great.
gosh, the restaurant is beautiful. They have a nice red inside of the restaurant, and it's very romantic.
Yeah, it was a great restaurant. We were there with a group, but we had a great time. They took great care of us. The food was really good. They just went out of their way to make sure we were happy, and that they took care of us. So it was a great experience. Is there a spa here on this property?
Of course. We are a resort that promotes romantic travel. So of course we have a spa, and this is what we call the Red Lane Spa. It is an additional cost, but this is where you go for your massages, your couples massage, you get your nails done, pedicure, your hair done. You can do that as well at the Red Lane Spa. And something to keep in mind is it's become a signature of ours, the lemongrass. So as soon as you get to a resort, they serve you a cold towel because it's really hot in the Caribbean, right? And they all smell like the lemongrass. So as soon as you walk into the Red Lane Spa, it also smells like lemongrass, and it's very calming. And this is where you meet with your spa staff members to assist you with making, plans ahead of time or making bookings ahead of time, which of course Jeff can help you with that as well. But at the Red Lane Spa, you have the steam room that's available for you at no additional cost, and we also have the plunge pools available at no additional cost.
We have our butler room. We have our butler taking care of us. We know we got restaurants. What else is there to do?
Oh my gosh. So another reason why I love Sandals Montego Bay is because it's the resort for everyone. anything you're looking for, you'll find it at Sandals Montego Bay. We have a beautiful piano right in the lobby. So in the evening, you can go to the piano bar, you know, have a few drinks at the bar. We also have the Cricketers Bar. So now this is where the DJ comes in. So there's a lot of fun right on resort, but we make sure we have a theme night every single night at Sandals Montego Bay. So this is where you have to make your plans for which outfits to wear, because we have the chocolate night where you wear all white, interestingly enough. So every day we have something going on at Sandals Montego Bay. And it's also about 10 minutes away from the hip strip of Montego Bay. If you wanted to go, you know, take a stroll in Montego Bay and see what the locals do, or what the Jamaicans do on a daily basis, and see the different vendors, you would be able to do that as well, right in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
So with the hip strip, is it safe to go out at night and be out there? And what's your take on the island?
Yes, so Montego Bay is a very touristy area, so it's very safe. But of course, if you have your butler, they can go ahead and assist you with transportation, and they can go out with you as well to make sure everything's okay. But the hip strip is really the best during the day, because that's when you see the vendors. If you wanted to buy a little gift to take home with you, that's when you would do that. In the evening, it's more about the foods and the drinks and just having fun with the locals. So it's a different character between the day and the evening in Montego Bay.
So your butler will actually go with you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So what else is on property? I know you have water sports included, and I know Sandals includes diving.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about the diving options and what they do for you and what your options are there?
Yes. So at all of our resorts, we do offer diving for those who are certified, and you can go as deep as you like if you're certified, depending on what your certification is for. But for those of you that are not certified, we have a class called the Discover Scuba Diving class, and it takes you about 30 to 40 feet down. So it's a nice experience just to see how the scuba diving goes. But if you're certified and you're ready to go into the open waters, you actually get 2 tanks a day. You can either do both tanks in the morning, or 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, all up to you. But you do have to sign up at the dive shop.
So is the lessons free, or do you pay for the lessons?
For those who are not certified?
Yes.
They come with, it's an additional cost, about $120.
Really? So it's still, that's not bad at all for your first experience to get out and try.
And we go ahead and give you the tanks and the equipment and all of that.
So you provide all the equipment, and it's $120 to get your first diving experience.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. So let's talk a little bit, because I've had a couple of pictures in here of the wedding chapel and the over the water wedding chapel. So what kind of things happen there with weddings, and how big of weddings can we do?
Oh, Sandals Montego is actually one of our best resorts to host their weddings, because we have different options. So we have the garden chapel that they can use, and we can host about 80 people inside of the chapel, which is here. And it also has the ACs all around, so it's a beautiful place to get married. But on top of that, we have the overwater chapels. Now, we know if you're going to the Caribbean, it's all about the beach and the water. So what's the best way to get married other than over the water, right? So we have a beautiful, beautiful overwater chapel there. And this is the only resort where we have a wedding lounge. So for the bridal party, this is where you go to get ready for your wedding. We can do your hair, your makeup, and your entire bridal party would be there as well. And we would be able to do their hair and makeup right in the bridal lounge.
Awesome. Sounds like a great property. I know you're right there at the airport. Do you get questions on the noise level? And I can speak to that myself, but what's your opinion on the noise level and the airport being basically in your backyard?
So what we found is that everyone is on vacation and they're with their partner. They don't really mind the noise. And after a couple of hours, you don't really hear it anymore, because you're just there to have fun.
Exactly. I'm the same. I mean, I was really worried about it when I first toured that hotel. Staying there, I really didn't notice them. I mean, they're there during the day, but it's not an annoyance. And 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's no more flights coming in anyway, so they don't bother you in the evening when it really matters. So,
and if you're inside of your room, you don't hear it at all.
Yeah, I didn't find it to be a problem at all. And then, everybody likes to wave to them. So
Exactly. We have this thing where we wave to the planes, or we say goodbye and welcome and come back to us.
so it's really not a problem for those that have heard it. The airport's right behind you. It literally is right behind you.
It
But
is.
It's not a problem, and it's really makes it easy to get there. You can land and be at the hotel in a half hour.
It's such an easy
That's
vacation.
getting your bags and everything. So it really makes it convenient. And you can share your experience with the other properties, or with what property is included in this one. We'll talk about that property on another day, but
Yes, so we do have something called an exchange privilege. So once you're a Sandals client with us, you're a Sandals guest everywhere. So about 10 minutes away from Sandals Montego Bay, we have Sandals Royal Caribbean, which you do have access to at no additional cost. So you just need to hop on the shuttle, head over to the Sandals Royal Caribbean, have dinner, go for the entertainment that they have there, and then come back home to us at Sandals Montego Bay.
so that's another 10 restaurants, another whole beach,
Correct.
another property you can visit that's included in the cost of your stay.
Exactly.
Transportation is included as well, right?
Transportation's included, and they do also have access to the offshore island right at Sandals Royal Caribbean.
Is there anything we're forgetting that we haven't touched on that we should have touched on?
Yes, I wanted to talk about the overwater bar.
There's a picture of it in there. I just forgot to ask you about Latitudes.
Yes, I wanted to talk about that because it's a very new addition to Sandals Montego Bay, and it's beautiful. This is where everyone goes for the sunset. This is where you watch the sunset. You can hang out on the hammocks, get a few drinks with your friends and partners. It's a really nice way to end a day, in Montego Bay.
Yeah, it's really a nice way, and we found ourselves congregating there every night.
Yes.
There, so we
You
spent
have
some time.
to. While you're waiting for your dinner reservations, just go hang out by the overwater bar.
Yeah, it's a great place to meet before dinner. I spend an hour or two there and then head to dinner when the sun goes down. So it's
Exactly.
kind of a perfect little getaway, and reminds you you're in Jamaica and on the water. So it's good.
Yeah.
So anything else? I think we covered the property pretty well. I think.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, well, I want to say thank you, Jenny, for joining us today. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned to the end and seeing J Page Travel Talks, and we'll hope to see you soon. Have a great day.
Have a good one.